It has been more than a year since I made an update video on YouTube, and in that time, you all have asked so many questions. I do try to reply to every post that you all make on YouTube that doesn't get deleted by our alphabet overlords, but I thought this video may help address the questions that I have been asked the most. First up, how is my mom? She finished her chemo, surgery, and radiation. There are still some lasting side effects, and there is also a likelihood that the cancer is hiding somewhere else in her body, but we're currently in about the best case scenario that we can be. While her odds still aren't great, they are way better now than they were a year and a half ago. How is living and traveling in Asia? It is definitely an amazing experience. There are so many new things to explore and enjoy. Food, culture, capybaras. Like, I had no idea that I would actually enjoy the Lilith burger from Burger King in Japan. However, I was not surprised at all at how much I did not like the spaghetti at KFC in Vietnam. All of the footage in this video is pieced together from the videos I've made for patrons on Patreon over the last year. That's right, I talk about sex and sexuality publicly on YouTube, and I put food and travel videos behind a paywall on Patreon. An obviously brilliant business model. That leads us to the next question I get a lot. I'm subscribed to Sex Positive Gaming. Why am I not getting notifications about your videos? So YouTube has changed its rules over the past 2 years. It seems to automatically classify most of my videos as promotion of fetishes, which not only causes them to be demonetized, but also suppressed. So there really isn't any way I can fix this in the short term. Maybe if the channel was a lot bigger, I'd be able to talk to actual humans and fix this. Maybe YouTube just hates safe and healthy exploration of sex and sexuality in video games. I have no idea. The best advice I can give you at this point, if you want to know when my videos come out and everything else I talk about, is to come to Patreon and sign up for the free membership there. It is a new feature on Patreon, and that way you'll be notified about each of my posts. No, this isn't me asking you to spend money. I mean, don't get me wrong, that would be amazing. But I want everyone to be able to have access to my content, not just the people who can afford to pay for it. I also know that there are some of you who are ideologically opposed to Patreon. I respect that. This is just me trying to give better options to people who are interested in keeping up with what's going on with the channel. As for what is going on with SPG, this month will see my Halloween list for 2023, as well as my upcoming Cyberpunk 2077 video. The Cyberpunk one is looking like my longest ever, so we'll see how that goes. I'm already working on my year-end list that will come out in December. Right now, my plan is to release a top new Steam list, a top Patreon list, a top new Patreon list, a top new DL site list, and then the Game of the Year video for 2023. I'm planning on using the same format and categories as the previous years, but please feel free to share with me your suggestions. A question I keep getting, especially from developers, is how do I select the games I review? I don't have one specific criteria. I worry if I share exactly how I pick, then some people will try to game the system. As many of you know, I don't accept keys or private builds from developers, but that doesn't stop them from trying to send them to me all the time. I probably need to do a better job communicating this, which is why I'm bringing it up again in this video. Where in Asia am I currently? As a woman on the internet, I am hesitant to give too much information. But right now, I am staying in Vietnam, and I hope to return to Japan this winter. As for the summer, I have no idea. It really depends on my mom's upcoming scans. If you're really interested in knowing more about my travels, absolutely come to the Discord or the Patreon. And that brings me to one of my plans for 2024. This year, I've started covering more mainstream titles. I think the only way to help people see that games with sex in them as normal is to treat them like they are normal. So I'll continue to group games from our industry with other games with adult content like Baldur's Gate 3 and Starfield. Don't worry though, I'm still going to continue to put out lists and reviews like I have before, and I'm sure I'll have to tweak things over the next year to find the right balance of content. I am so amazed at how much this channel has grown in the face of constant suppression from YouTube, and I am so thankful for everything that you all have done to make that happen. Thank you so much. I can't wait to hear from you all soon, and as always, no shaming, just gaming. Thanks to all this month's support on Patreon. I wouldn't have been able to do this without you all.